This is football as it usually is in Brazil. Fans bidding farewell to players before a historic game between Palmeiras and Santos in the final of the Copa Libertadores. Two top Brazilian teams battling for the biggest prize in South American club football at the Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro. You would expect they'd be greeted by big crowds of supporters. But no, with today's COVID-19 restrictions, there's just a handful.
It's very sad that no fans are present in a game as big as this one. Both teams have a huge amount of fans. In normal times, the Maracana would be packed.
One of the world's greatest ever players, PELE, began his career as a 15-year-old with Santos. He's having to cheer his former team online.
I
wanted to be inside the stadium helping Santos, but times are different.
Another Palmeiras supporter, Robson Luiz, made the trip from São Paulo, knowing there were no tickets on sale for this match. The Maracana can hold 80,000 fans, but only 5,000 are allowed inside. That includes stadium workers, journalists, teams, and their selected guests, like Santos fan Eduardo Gonçalves. Everyone had to test negative for COVID-19 to get access. The Maracana was and still is a monument to Brazil's passion for football. But in 2020, it was used as a field hospital and became a symbol of the government's failed attempts to control the pandemic, which has claimed more than 200,000 lives. The pandemic also loomed over the pre-match news conferences when teams usually talk about sports strategies and their hopes of winning the game. Not this time.
Essa que é a verdadeira pressão, quando estamos a falar de vida e de morte.
The real pressure is when we talk about life and death. Here it's a game, and no matter what happens, we'll go forward. Now people on the front line, like nurses and doctors, that are fighting to beat this pandemic, they're the real heroes. They're the ones who deserve the highlights.
Back to football. The teams are not just battling to become champions of South America. The winner will also qualify to play in the Club World Cup, which begins in Doha next week. Yanakiew, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.